Okay, guys, I hope everyone's doing all right. And I am about to work on this little area right in here on my portrait. This is the India ink, and this happens to be the light mixture, okay? It comes in light, medium, and dark India ink. This clay board, and we're just continuing on. If you look at the videos before it, you'll see some of the earlier stages. All right, so I got the micron going on, I got the little light mixture in there, and right now I'm just I got a little dark in this area before, so we've got the black and white, which doesn't really show. Some of the black and whites I had were a little bit more darker and they could show it better, but the color really shows what's going on there. You can see the lighter area. The whole area is lighter, and I just kind of made it all the same as in here. So I'm using this color image on the side along with my black and white over here to just help me go with the shapes. So anyway, it's already loaded up with some light mixture and tested on the paper below. Right now, all I'm focusing on is the area above the eye right in here. So I'll use the curve of the French curve here, and let's see, I want to get kind of right in this area, just a little whisper. Okay, so it's established a little more. I'll zoom in so we can really see what's going on. And now I'm going to let's see, I need to have a little bit of a area that's the shield's going to protect where the eyelashes are going to go. They're out of focus. I'm just dusting in a little just to kind of find it again. I got to turn my air down a little. Got the MAC valve. Okay. See what we want here. So I'm just going to dust in right along that area I just did, a little bit more darkness. Okay, now I have an area to work on to start getting the out of focus eyelashes established again, I should say. This might be a little too curved, but I could probably get away with that because this comes up in here, this dark eyelash, out of focus. It's kind of darker in there. Now, let's see. I'm going to put some tone on here. These are highlights that got sprayed over, so they'll be back. Just darkening that a little bit. And I'm going to take the mixture out of the airbrush with the eyedropper. Get rid of that. And the reason why I'm taking it out of here is because it sat for a while and inside the color cup of the side bottle, and it became like you need to really agitate the bottle. You need to make sure it's, especially the lighter mixture, like any paint, you shake it up and you got yourself something, that's mixed good. Well, this is watery if you don't. Make sure the lid's on tight and really, get that thing shook up. And let's see. Now just adding it back in. I'm not going to put in too much to where it will be an easy spill. It could still happen though. Okay, so now while I'm working, I'm going to just tone in this area. So I'll be real far away with the airbrush. And I'm just going to whisper a little tone. There we go. That's enough. Because I got to keep looking at my darker areas that I don't want to compete. I don't want to make it the same. I want that highlight. So I'm going to tone down up in by the hair, which we got to go back out to see that. So we'll get somewhere in around here, right around there. So we can see a little bit of that area up there. Over here too a little bit, just knocking back some of that hair. Okay, it seems a little better, so let's try it. Okay, that can be darker up in there. Now I got to come off the nose freehand, and I got to just kind of put this tone back in, right in there, and then look at it. I can't get too dark in here because it will start looking wrong. And just kind of sweep along there. Okay, now we want to, again, put a little bit more tone, just one pass around there, and one more pass right above that turn right there to have a little highlight in there. I'll zoom in on that. This little highlight is critical. Helps show off, you know. So I can probably, let's see, get a little more tone coming down from the hair, but not go down into that area. All right. Now I want to start making these little tiny eyelashes that are kind of starting here. I'll work on the dark one right there. Let me just get something going. A little more air pressure. And I'll go after the needle. Get that off there, test it on the side. Sometimes I need a little more air, but I gotta be careful with the inks because they're thinner. But I need to get that feather stroke in right there. I'm going to skip around a little bit here. It's not a dark mixture, so it's not going to just appear real fast. It's kind of take your time and just second coat it. Put that right in there just to darken it. Then I have to go in carefully. I might have to use the other mixture. I have to see how it goes. But right now, in this area, I'm going to go towards the base. See, it's getting watery, so I want to get that spidering off there. And there's a certain amount that you can get done with the light mixture, and then you got to go to the medium mixture. All right, so we've got that going on. Spray that on top of the hairs there. That just knocks some of the scratches back in, as we can see, like over here. That's a reflection of wet. It's actually wet, so try that out. All right. So I do believe I have to switch there to the lighter mixture, the medium mixture. All right, so while I have the light in the gun, the lighter mixture, I'm gonna just put a little bit of tone right on that. And again, we're getting that watery. That's the air pressure. All manipulate it, you know. You got to control it. I'm shading the eyeball a little bit right there. Looking at the black and white. I'll put some more tone inside the eye. Probably the medium mixture is going to work on that, but I'll try it with the light. Get a little darker up in here. So at this point in the game, I'm trying to, like with the nose and all, I'm trying to get the features to be three-dimensional and just start, you know, carefully bringing it through. It's hard because there's no white involved. It's the white of the board, which is clay board. The clapboard is what I'm using. Okay, a little more at the top. There we go, right up in there. And now I'll knock the highlights back a little by whispering a little bit over it, just to make it look like it's in the painting and not. Even this highlight that's popping out off the nose a little, I'll just dust over it a little. I don't have to worry about going into the black, because black is already black. I do have to knock the nostrils, the highlight of the nostrils back a little bit. So I'll just dust over them a little. They'll still show up, but they'll be more in the picture as we look at it that way. I might have gotten a little too dark in here. I should have had a shield, so I wasn't too happy I did that. I know how to work it out, so I'll take that out maybe, you know, after the video or something, because you can start erasing inks and you need like a kneaded eraser. It's very hard. It's very hard to do as opposed to the paint. So you can flatten this kneaded eraser out and sweep it back out again, and I can go back in there, protect the nose, and sweep out that area by protecting the nose with a shield. That'll go away. It'll get a little bit rough looking, but it will go away. So let's see, the lips, yeah, everything there, a little pass on them, not much, just whisper. A little pass on half the highlight of the lip, just the bottom part of it, just to copy the photograph a little bit. Okay, so I'd see a little more darkness down below at the chin, but right in here I'll just freehand it. It's not going to be much, just going to be a little, and then I got to look at it. There, it gives it a little more, you know, and then it goes off to the side this way a little bit. Put that there, and a little more air pressure, far away. I'm going over into this area, and I'm going to just dust it in this way a little bit. Okay, that's good. So slow you got to go with it, or subtle, and treat it, because it's a baby's face too. You know, there's no creases. There's no, the light is gray, is so light that it's got to be treated really carefully. I said that already, but all right. So let's just see if this gets any more darkness in this area. I don't want to block it and I don't think it's going to work. I think it's going to call for the next mixture. Yeah. All right. So make sure I've got enough of this lightness tied in, and I think we're good there. Yeah, I don't want to get too dark up here, so let's get the next mixture. You just take it out again with the eyedropper. So this isn't going to be a real long video. I'm going to go to the next mixture, and I'm going to, first I'm going to flush out the airbrush. You can get the inks from Timothy John Luke Smith. Ink Flingers, I think, is the website. And you'll be really, really happy with the 3 mixture solution, the way Tim put it together. He's got some other things too on there that I haven't even. He's got some other mixture that I'm not sure about, so you can check it out on the website. And then he's got sepia. He's got the sepia mixtures, which is really nice. And if you start, you know, with the sequences of light to dark, you will find doing black and whites will be really nice. Okay, I'm not going to take the dark mixture. I'm going to take the light one, the medium one. No, I'm sorry. that was correct, the medium one, but that was the wrong bottle. Okay, and just agitate it, shake it real good, make sure the lid's on, because I've lost the bottle once. Klutzy left the lid off, and hand knocked it over, and down to the floor went the black, and lost a lot. But because it fell on plastic, because I have the floor covered with plastic, I was able to get some of it back with the eyedropper. But okay, so now I'm just testing my dark mixture on a piece of copy paper, and I'm about to get into this area again. Okay, so I don't want to block it because it's hard. It's hard for you guys to see. Let's see if I have something here to darken this up again. Yeah, that's what I needed originally. I'm just doing the edge, just real quick. Now I can go in, turn down the air, and I can start trying to put in a blurry, out of focus. Let's see, the air pressure is too low now. So it's just, it's a feel kind of thing. You got to just get it right. You see it happening, and you work on it. There we go. It's like a feather stroke, kind of going to a point. As long as it's blurry looking, you know. I'm sorry, I can zoom in a little bit on that so you can see it better. Right around there. Now I can do a little better. Right around there. Okay. This turns darker. That's her, I guess the eyelid. This gets real dark in here. That might be the black later. I'm not sure how this will be at the base here. Getting a little spidery, but spider in it means it just goes all over the place, which is not good. Whoops. Okay, that's not good. So let's stop there. Going back to this eye, I'm going to work on the shadow right here. Whoops. It's really spidering bad. Turn that air down. I did shake it good, so nothing's coming out. It's going on. I can see it. And then you can move in for a little closer for a harder line. And that's pretty much what's going on in the black and white. You could see it. It's just a little more shading on the lid. So I'm going to actually now, from a distance, put some shading right in that area, leaving a little highlight on the lower part of the lid. So here we go. A little watery there. I'll take that out with my hand. There. Boy, drives you crazy. Okay, so a little more. There we go. Got to keep looking at the whole thing as a whole, because otherwise you'd be in trouble. So we'll back it out now, and I will. Well, what I could do, just to show you what was there before, I'll take my highlight color, which I used the brush. You can spray it through a circular, because it's really round, and you know, the highlight on the eye is very, you could spray it through a little circle. But for the sake of doing the way I did before, you can also take the Createx paint and go on to the eye. There's three. There's actually one right here overlapping another. And if you're real careful, can make it look correct, as opposed to paintbrush looking. This one here. They're overlapping, so I'll second coat them so they look individual. And also here, you got one right here that got sprayed gray, and then you got a circular one here. This one's kind of a long one. Go back in and second coat it. Even one down here. I'm just painting what I see on the picture. It's a crazy amount of highlights there, but they're there from the camera. They're all what I'm seeing. This one kind of ends up crashing in, becomes one big one in a way right here. So when this dries good, I'll second coat them, and you can see it, you know, as it is here. We'll put this one back on a little bit. And this one has a little guy right here, looking at the picture. Little tiny one coming down there. And then it has one going out this way. Okay. That one has kind of got a lot more darkness on the edge of the pupil. So anyway, let's see what we got by pulling back. Put a little water on the brush. The brush is a Series 7. What do we got here? So you can see it. Winsor & Newton, Series 7, 000. Okay, it makes a nice, very nice point. Whoops. Okay, so let's look at it from a distance. I'll back out. As a whole, you could see it. And yeah, so I'll be tightening that up, getting that more ready for the polished look, you know, that real, like, if you're going to hang it on the wall or show it to someone, you have to bring it to the place where it's really, really tight and no burnished looking areas where I erased and things like that, you know. So, all right, I just wanted to do the eye as a little part of, I got to be careful here. Let me use a Tombow. It might be a little too much, but erasing can be not too, you know, you got the inks. It's not going to be biting on very good to the surface. It comes off too easy. That's what I'm trying to say. So that little highlight helps right there. And maybe one more time, a little bit fatter. Go right through to there. Okay, so that should do that pretty good. And I could probably hit right where the pencil line, there's a little pencil line right there. Yeah, and go like that. So now we're getting little highlights that trying to pop back out again, do a circular and then a dagger stroke. A little circle and a pull. And that puts that one in. And so on. And then this one down here, this is kind of cool looking. Just little tiny, I'll back it up, little tiny dots that look like 3. Let me see if I can put them in with the paintbrush, and then we'll call it a video. Okay, so paintbrush, where did I put you? Okay. So we've got 3. We've got 1 here. I'm just going to touch it to the surface a little harder. 1 here. Oh, I'm going to zoom in. 1 right next to it, a little bit bigger, right there. And the final one is about the same size, but it goes up in this area a little bit. And that's it. Maybe a little rounder. So I'll just So there we have the highlights. We'll unzoom so you can see the whole painting as it is. And it's pretty much, you know, going to be finished now without no more videos and stuff. But if you look at the earlier videos, you'll see where I was and where I've taken it. This is being done with the Drew Blair hair stencil, which I don't remember if I demonstrated that on the earlier videos. But all I'm basically doing is taking this hair stencil, finding the shape like that right there, that piece of hair, and then closing the door on it, pinning it down and spraying through it. And you get those kind of hairs. All right, so I highly recommend this stencil, and a lot of my stencils are from Drew Blair. You can go to, it's a School of Realism, and then he has the store section where you can buy everything, even airbrushes, when they're in stock, right? Okay, so thanks for checking this out. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and the next project will be coming up when I think of it, and from there I will make more videos. Thanks again, take care, and as I always say, be safe, and God bless you guys, and have fun airbrushing.